Let me start off from the top, guys. As I was saying initially, I was going to say, like, as men, generally speaking, as men, when we're raised from the time that we're children to the time that we're adults, for the most part, I would say most men, when they're going into the dating world, they are nice guys. And that's just the way the society raises us to be. We always are told to obviously treat women with respect, but for the most part, it almost seems like society wants to lead us into the path of pedestalizing women, putting them up on some kind of tier, like we're supposed to always be checking in and catering to them. And ultimately, due to that fact, it leads a whole lot of young men to ultimately become simps when they start entering into the dating world and when they start getting acclimated to dealing with women. That's what I was saying initially. And I just wanted to say, obviously, because if you've seen any of my content now, you know that I have an extremely hard-edged, extremely blunt, just matter-of-factual way that I deal with women. And what some women would consider to be like bad boy type shit, the way that I carry myself, I don't really consider it to make me a bad boy. It's just the fact that I don't tolerate bullshit, and just so happens that most women like men that actually operate like that. The less a man shows that he actually gives a fuck, or the more nonchalant that he is, the more indifferent he is towards whether or not he sees the girl, whether or not she actually likes him. If I don't give a fuck about how you feel one way or another, for some reason, that raises women's attraction level towards men. That's just how it is. I don't make the rules, I just report them, right? Anyways, what I wanted to make this video for, I wanted to talk about that day where I initially, once and for all, became red-pilled, and when I really learned about feminine nature once and for all, and it's what ultimately converted me from being that nice guy or simp, in my opinion, in my early to mid-20s, where I completely just changed my entire mindset about how I deal with women, and I never looked back from that point forward. So I can remember it just like it was yesterday. So I can remember it was vividly about 13, 14 years ago. I was in my mid-20s, and I had pulled this real bad chick, right? We got to know each other and went on a first date. First date went well. We had a lot of fun, right? Things went great. So when it came time for the second date, right, guys? When it came time for that second date, you know, in my head, I'm thinking, all right, I got me a real bad one on my hands. So I want to make sure I don't fuck this up. So let me make sure I do everything possible to get brownie points with this chick. That's the first mistake. A man should never be jumping through hoops trying to impress a girl. Everything should just develop naturally. You got nobody. You should never make it seem like you're doing too much or you're overexerting yourself. Or like I stated in a previous video, a man should never be playing himself out of position to try to get further favor with a woman or to try to raise her level of attraction towards you. That's always going to put you in a disadvantage. So get this, guys. When it's time for date number 2 with this chick, I go and scoop her. I tell you, hey, I'm gonna pick you up, baby. What time should I be there? I bet. I go and pick her up, right, guys? When I scoop her up, when she steps in my car, make sure I put my phone face up in the console right there, because I want her to see that I put her face as my background on my phone. Just some absolute simp ass shit. I'm telling you, this is the stuff I have to learn the hard way. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, she's going to love this. This is going to give me some brownie points. She's going to see that I already got her face as my background. I've been thinking about her. So I make sure I got the phone face up so that she can see it. And when I put it over there in the console and she just happens to look down, she sees it. She looked at, she says, "What's that?" I said, "Oh yeah, that's you, baby. That's you. I just wanted to put your face on my background, you know, just so you can know that I've been thinking about you all day, you know." But much to my surprise and to my dismay, I could tell the look on her face in that moment. That look that I saw in that girl's face told me everything that I needed to know about how I was approaching, you know, this entire interaction, and also how most women would look at this situation. She had this look of absolute bewilderment, confusion, and just downright cringe on her face when she saw her face on my phone. And in my head, I'm thinking, oh, okay. So first and foremost, I clearly misplayed this. Got it. Okay. And in my head, that's when I realized once and for all the error in my ways. Like, this is some simp shit that I'm doing here. Why the fuck do I have this bitch's face on my phone? I'm thinking it was going to like impress her and make her feel more attraction towards me. The fact that I already had her face there, but in actuality, it completely lowered her level of attraction towards me. I mean, we still went on a date and everything, but you know, that interaction, that whole situation ultimately never went anywhere, because I think that I kind of shot myself in the foot in that particular scenario by doing that. And in that situation, that let me know once and for all, even though society leads us to believe that nice guys are who women want, you know, they say, yeah, I mean, I have fun, but they're going to come back to the nice guys. That's bullshit.